it's Jen and Danielle.
And we're here to talk about real estate.
And this is where he does it. So today we want to.
So it begins.
We're going to talk about all the questions that we get asked as realtors.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, you wouldn't believe it.
You sure wouldn't. Some of these we kind of pulled a few other realtors of what they've heard. Some of these are personal questions we've received. Should we just start?
Yeah, one of my favorite ones, it was actually a new construction home. And she said, the toilet does not seem to flush a full load. So that wasn't a question, that was a statement. But she wanted us to check on that toilet and find out why.
What did they ever do about that?
I don't know.
You know, follow up?
Maybe she started doing 2 flushes instead of 1? I don't know. I thought that was a really good one. Another one off the cuff here that I just thought of was we had built a house for an older gal. And she had a, this is inappropriate, so we might cut this out of the video, but she had a vibrating bed. And she called to leave us a voicemail. Her vibrator wasn't working when she plugged it in, but she was talking about her vibrating bed. I don't know why she had it for health purposes or what.
Is it like a massaging bed?
It must have been, but she called it her vibrator and said, my vibrator is not working.
And how did you handle that one? Was it electric?
It was a message, so thank God I did not have to call her back. I saved the message, but I did not call her back. I had someone else call her back. The outlet wasn't working, is what it was.
Yeah.
But instead of saying there's an outlet in my room that's not working, she said, when I plug in my vibrator, it's not working, which was her vibrating bed.
All right, let's reel it back in, or we could get ourselves in trouble here. I get this asked a lot. Like, how's the crime in the area? As much as I tell them, as much as I'd like to be able to like pick and choose, like good area, bad area, whatever, I can't. It's not up to us. It's
right.
Actually,
and what do you consider bad crime?
Yeah.
Has anyone ever died in this house?
I've shown a couple murder houses. Creeps me out because you didn't know right away. And then you go and read the disclosures or you Google the address.
Which, by the way, you do have to disclose a murder, but you don't have to disclose a suicide or a natural death. So there's that. Can my dog come with and look at the houses? He wants to smell around and see what he thinks of the house.
Are there kids in the area?
Can I use the bathroom? I really gotta go.
You know what I say? I mean, I don't encourage it, but if you have to go, you have to go. So I say, well, I bet they'd rather you pee in their toilet and not on their floor, so just be clean.
Can you lower your commission? You have driven me all over. But at gas at $4 a gallon, can you lower your commission?
Can I find something under $200,000?
I would like a kitchen, an island, a private backyard, no neighbors on my west. I want to face the east. I want to be walking distance to schools, bars, and churches. Can you put all that in the MLS and find me a house like that?
Right. I need a down payment. And are there closing costs? That's written weird.
It's supposed to be.
And there are closing costs?
I need a down payment and there's closing costs?
Oh. Do it that way.
You didn't read it the way that I typed it out in my head.
I just started a new job. Can I buy?
What are the interest rates? That's always a hard one because, like, okay, well, what type of loan are you going to get? How's your credit? Like, it depends. The answer is, it depends.
Sure, I could sell my house, but where am I going to move?
That's a really popular one right now.
Yeah.
I'd love to sell my house, but where am I going to go? Well, where do you want to go? Because we can make anything happen. It might take 6 months, but we'll figure it out.
We might have our heart broken a couple times along the way, but we'll get there. There's a house out there for everybody eventually.
How much is the rent? How much is the rent? You're buying a house.
Are there ghosts in here?
I've shown a house before where I'm like, there are ghosts here. We're leaving. I just heard something. We're going.
How about this one? How are the windows? Because if I'm screaming at my kids, are my neighbors going to hear me?
You know, every spring when it gets nice out, I feel like going on Facebook and being like, PSA. So all you moms and dads out there, your windows are open again. So just remember, your neighbors can hear you screaming at your kids to stop fighting or stop wrestling or doing whatever the heck they're doing. So just remember that.
But we can also hear them, so fair is fair.
Unless you live in an older neighborhood like me where there's not a lot of young kids, then I can't hear them.
I mean, I just...
She was starving. She was wee hungry.
Oh my god, I like felt it in my ear.
The food went in your ear?
I don't know if I can travel there, but it felt like it did. I'm okay. Oh
Give her a minute.
So, can my boyfriend co-sign on my loan?
And my grandma and grandpa.
And my aunt and uncle.
And my third cousin.
And my sister's neighbor. You're running out of people. My
coworker. Can you co-sign for me?
I'd co-sign for you.
I'd co-sign for you too. God dang it.
Talk to your lender, not us about that, but I suggest maybe not adding all those people.
You know, that is one tip I want to touch on. If you're going to be buying with anyone that you're not married to, buying a house with someone is almost like getting married to them, okay? So let's say you're buying a house together, but you're not married. It's a friend or maybe your boyfriend or your girlfriend. And a couple of years down the road, things aren't going so swell. And one wants to move out. Well, guess what? The other one's either got to refinance you off the mortgage and do it on their own if they can, so that you're not liable financially. And then you got to get them to sign a quitclaim deed so that they're not on the title of the home or the deed of the home. And if one doesn't agree to that, well, guess what? You're in a little bit of a pickle.
Yeah.
Or if you want to sell it, who gets the proceeds to it? Do you split it? Are you fighting? Are you getting along? There's a lot to think about.
Things to consider.
So if you can avoid it, buy it on your own.
I feel like if you're questioning it right off the bat, then you know your answer.
But sometimes you're not, because you're blissfully in love. I mean, you've been together for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Everything's going great. Why wouldn't you buy a house together? Well, if you've never lived with a person, that can sure change things. Because you find out a lot about somebody once you've been living with them.
You sure do. You sure do.
Buy it on your own and have them contribute. And then if you get married, guess what? They're automatically have interest in the property. And if you go to sell it, they have to sign it, because it's 1 to buy and 2 to sell in Minnesota. Do I have something on my face?
No.
Okay.
Oh, one last crunch. Let's see.
Cheers. We'll see you next time.